It's kind of an odd thing.
I think you can become obsessed by it to a certain degree.
I think it's probably very likely that there are people who are addicted to it.
I mean, you can get addicted to all sorts of things.
Some people have to check their Twitter like once every 10-15 minutes. They're always refreshing it. Like, no matter what they're doing, they're always kind of on it.
I think it has a lot of influence over people. I mean, I have to say that I kind of think of it as unsocial media in some ways. It can be a bad thing that you put a photo up or something, a status update, and your friends don't like it or something, and you're like, well, why don't you like that? I know you're on Facebook because I've seen you've liked something else. So it's kind of, it can have a bad influence on people and be unsocial in that way.
I think you can be influenced, whether that's in a good way or in a bad way. I certainly learn from people, so on particular Twitter feeds or whatever, you can see how a particular ad campaign has been successfully done. So it definitely kind of influences people to do things better. On the negative side of it, again, it all depends what type of personality you have. I mean, everybody, reacts in different ways. So that's down to that individual. But on the whole, I think it's a very positive thing. The number one thing being, for me anyway, that I can reach to a wider audience. A lot of corporates are using social media to get to know their audience a lot better. So they're able to really focus in on who's buying their particular pair of jeans or who's watching their film. And I think it's being really savvy with that as well. So the marketing side of it. So you can say, right, if you tweet this or put this on your Facebook page, the next person to do so will win, blah, 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 blah. For students though, it's great for them to get themselves out there and to get their work known, to kind of blog about it, to use social media. It just means it's an extra form of advertising.
Blogs rely like heavily on kind of social networking and getting the name out there. My blog is about kind of music, technology and films. We kind of do film reviews and like albums, when albums come out we'll do reviews on them, and any technology kind of news and any stuff that I get sent I'll review it. I mean, I kind of see it in a positive light because it's handy for me for my blog and stuff like that, but it can be seen as negative because if you've got work to do for like a degree or actual work, it can be very distracting, like especially if you've got like an iPhone or a smartphone with notifications when you get tweeted or when you get a notification on Facebook, it will distract you.
I think social media brings a lot of positive aspects to the workflow and to the way we connect with friends and we connect with people all across the globe, and it's made it a lot easier to stay in touch with people. And people will probably call me addicted to social media, seeing that I spend about 3-4 hours a day on it, but that's just the way I work. I don't just browse through it, I actually connect to people, send messages, comment on things. It just makes it easier to work with other people that are not immediately there where you are right now. Well, in terms of my publicity and events role, I probably wouldn't be able to do a lot of it. It enables me to bring out information to a lot of people, and I use Twitter a lot, for example, to bring out results to other people. To when we have any pictures come up or so that were really good, we tweet them to the national governing bodies, just so we can reach a wide audience of people, and also work with a lot of sports clubs to get them to use Twitter, for example, to connect to potential sponsors.
It has its advantages and it is a good thing, but I think overall it is a distraction. I think it takes a lot of time from people doing something maybe a little bit more constructive. So how other people view it, I guess it's viewed in a very positive way, generally speaking, because a lot of people use it. Facebook is doing rather well, Twitter's doing rather well, so the general consensus would have to be that, oh yeah, these are fantastic things and so on.
5 million images are uploaded to Instagram every day. The average visitor spends 15 minutes a day on YouTube. There are 1 billion Facebook updates every day. If Twitter was a country, it would be the 12th largest in the world. second.
You can probably spend too long on a particular Facebook page or Facebook pages. I think that's the most addictive one.
I mean, Facebook has to stay in your face. I mean, that's why it is obtrusive. It is sending you updates if you don't kind of ask not to.
And there have been some prominent cases where social media has been used to actually inflict a lot of harm on people in terms of negative say, where a lot of hearsay was used.
I think the sort of spamming aspect of social media is not good. Some of the adverts as well are a bit obtrusive, and sometimes it's almost like they don't know you at all. If they can put this advert up on your Facebook, then if they really knew you, they wouldn't put that up.
It likes to get you involved. It likes to just tell it, you know, who else you're friends with, because if you aren't using it a lot, then where it's going to go is this way of MySpace, which is people couldn't, you know, not use it for a year or two and then it disappears. And Facebook is entirely based upon having people using it because of the advertising revenue.
People will probably call me addicted to social media, seeing that I spend about 3-4 hours a day on it.
It kind of relies on people being a bit addicted to it, really, which is a dangerous thing.